All right, friends, this is going to be a very short and sweet video. I'm not even going to give you a tour of the garden. I'm standing right up here. This is my propagation area for my sweet potatoes. They are not ready to go down yet. But see, today was so super hot. Today is April 10th, 2025. Look at how hot that was. One of the hottest days in Arizona. It was just like single digits to crispy double digits. I was pretty hot. I was out here working in my garden, minding my business, when suddenly I started getting dizzy, and I'm just like, oh boy, I'm dehydrated. I started, you know, feeling like I needed to throw up or something. I was planting some peanuts earlier over there. Yep, I planted those peanuts over there and over in that bed over there, but that's a whole different story. But the reason we're out here right now, me talking about almost dying earlier, is you see these healthy roots. I'm going to finally, I had those celebration bowls propagating my sweet potatoes, which I'm going to plant next week. They look pretty awesome. And when you know, I call this my celebration bowls. I actually, as you can see, use them to, give my seedlings some spirits. This is my bare root plant. I don't know if these are dying or have dead, but they haven't woken up yet. This is actually a persimmon plant. I actually want to get it in the pots. I just had the roots protected out here. Let me see. Yeah, it's still pretty moist. Oh no. Dang it. So let me go. There's two of them. That's all I want to do out here in the garden right now. They came to me as bare root plants. And this is the Fuyu. Fuyu giant Fuyu persimmon, Asian. So I'm going to go over here. Let me just take a little. All right, let me go over here. I still got to put those in some pots. Yeah. Look at that. I have so much to do. This is my potatoes. Doing really super awesome. Yes, look at that. They're growing. I have to put more. Let me just sneak over here. Yeah, I have a lot of potato beds just growing really well. So let's go over here. This is what I was doing when I almost died in the heat this evening. I was mixing my soil. Look at that, look at that, look at that. I have some cocoa coir, both coarse and fine. And then I mix it with this. And then I also have some, this is the, hold on, let me put you down. This is the, free advertisement. So I have about 4 bags of that right there, the potting soil, one of my favorites. And fine and coarse. This is the coarse cocoa coir that I got from Amazon. And then this is the fine cocoa coir. Look at that. I usually use the fine cocoa coir for seed starting. But let me get my shovel and go to where I need to go. This video don't need to be, too. All right. Now I have my buckets prepped. Okay. Last week, and my watering system is working great. Oh, excuse me. I don't want tetanus today. So this is my watering system I have here. And as you can see, it looks to be in working order. Let's just put some of this sticky butts. Let's see. Yep, there you go. Okay, I have that holding it. Now I'm just going to dig down. Okay, it's kind of hard to film. As you can see, the best kind of detail is that I have quite a bit of water. And how I know that I have good amount of water is that it's not saturated, it's still crumbly. Yeah, there you go. So I just take my bare root plant. Hey, separate. I need a bigger hole. Okay. since I'm digging this bigger hole with one hand. There you go. And there you go. I'm going to heal it up. In here, I basically have my favorites soil mix. This is cute. I have my soil mix that you just saw. That is how I basically mix up all of my soil. And then, yeah. So one planted, real easy. And then put my water holder, my watering system. So I feel pretty good. The one big thing that I'm going to do and that I'm going to actually change in my watering system is, instead of, I had this set up when it was cooler. Yeah, there you go. Ta-da! When it was cooler. And now this one looks like it gets more water. Let me take some of these pins off and then plant the last one. I will be in California tomorrow. And then I'll be back in Arizona tomorrow. So this one looks like it will get a lot more water. And yeah, this is going down very easy. But it has a bigger root base. So there. I also have already in this container, I have, see how that spreads out? I don't want the roots to go all the way down because I don't know if this tree is still alive. It doesn't look like it, but it is. So let me coordinate my root system in there and then cover it up. Cover it up just like that. Okay, and then I'm going to add more. That's a good watering system for both of my plants. And just get it down. I hope they did not give up the ghost and just die. But they feel pretty much alive because I've been protecting the roots. And now that it is no longer, let me just spread this out a little bit. There you go. Spread this out a little bit. And here you go. There you have it. Okay. And I like to just have my watering system really protect the roots of whatever plants I'm planting so that they get really good water, because in Arizona this ain't no joke. This is no joke. The heat is just a lot. So that is done. And now, because we still have a little bit of exposure and we have a little bit of exposure, I'm just going to get some soil and just throw it over those roots because it's so hot now. And just give it a little more protection. That's all. And that's it. I planted my persimmon plants. And I hope they're going to be okay. But it's not a big deal if they are not. I'll just be disappointed. But yeah, they have a watering system set up. And I always leave about this much, about 6 inches of, 6 inches in soil. And then the rest of this is going to be mulch. And before I put the mulch, I'm going to keep the watering system exactly where it is. The only thing I'm actually going to be changing is going to be, I wanted to get some really good mixed soil. The only thing I'm really going to change is going to be the nutrition that I'm going to be adding for each pot, but I'm going to be doing that before I add some mulch. So that's all. Just a nice and short and sweet video celebrating the fact that I didn't die today from dehydration and the surprise heat attack, which I don't know why It just got to me, and I'm just like, good God. All right, that was some heat. I need to spend more attention to the news or something because I heard it was gonna be hot, but wow. Okay. Arizona is not playing with me. And since I'm not moving out, we gotta find a way to survive, okay? So there you go. That's all done. All done. That's it. Now I still have those other pots to put some stuff in. I think I'm going to put at the very end over there, the very large pot. I still have some grapes that I need to actually pot. And this one right here, I'll be finishing adding there. And I still have a few bags to add. But I got really hot and very tired. This is a lot of work right here. So I'll have to bring in my mixer later and mix my soil because I have more pots to fill. Check it out. Check it out. I have my cucumber right there. And, oh, let me get out of here. So I have my cucumbers and the rest of them haven't really done anything. So I added, those are eggplants over there. And I added some garden bean over there. And so my watering system is coming along. Look at that. They look real nice and protected. And then I finally have, look at that garden bean. Look at that beauty. That is a garden bean trying to come up and the birds are trying to dig into it and eat the bottom. But I have to do a few things. And look at this. See, I said this was not going to be a long video, but it's turning into a long video. So this right here has some sunflowers and then sunflowers. And look at how lush I think this is a tangelo right here and a lemon right there, but do not quote me. Look, everybody's waking up. My grapes are woken up. I guess this just turned into a little garden video. My grapes. And there's a little baby grape over there. Oh, wow. Okay. See, I get excited whenever I go over here. Check it out. Check it out. Look. I can't wait to come back and see what has happened. Look in there. Look. What do you see? What do you see? Oh, wait a second. I can't even see. I spy a strawberry in my garden. Yes, I sure do. I'm so excited. But anyway, I have a lot of strawberries in here. I basically have to clean the bed and give them some fertilizer. That's that great plant is waking up. Yeah, these ones are kind of tired. My brassicas is like, okay, it's hot. We're giving up. More sunflowers. And check this out. Look at this. Look at this beauty. That right there is one avocado seed that I planted in this pot, and it gave me twins. She's growing. She's growing. She's doing good. Look at that. She gets extra water. I have all of this planted with some dinosaur kale, and the birds are just annoying the piss out of me right now. You see all these potholes? They're just digging up my stuff. These birds are smart. They're digging it up and eating the beans and the whatever I have planted in there. So I have taken to protecting my plants, but that is not working. I have to come up with a different plan because whichever one I have, all of these potholes, the birds, I'm annoyed now. So it's war. I'm going to war with the birds. Let's see who wins. They'll probably win. I'm not surprised. So I went and got some containers like potatoes and kale and rosemary and a few other things because the ones that I planted did not come up. So right here today I planted some. The birds are already digging. That's their holes right there. This is the backyard. Let me mosey on over here. Yep. And these are all the projects that I haven't even come back to. But yeah, I also planted some peanuts over here. And I can see a couple of bird holes already there, trying to figure out what's in there. And I have over here some, I think this is Black Beauty eggplant. I don't know what type this is. Okay, that is my oh, there's a beauty hiding in there. Oh, I just saw you. Look at that. Look. Eggplant. Eggplant in there. I see you. I know you're trying to hide and be shy, but I see you. Come on out. Yep, there it is. There's an eggplant. They're in there, being protected from the heat. But let's go over here. And this is like a semi garden tour. My new, yes, winter squash, Waltan over there. And this one, I know it's a peach. I think it's a Georgian peach or Alberta peach. I'm not sure. I have to get that app on my phone that tells me what I'm looking at. But since I'm here and I like planting some stuff that I want to eat, guess what I got growing in them bags? Yes, and they're going to be shaded from the heat with my peach plant over here. That is just going to be Abundance. Okay, that's her name. I think I'm just going to call this plant right here Abundance, and she is a red color peach. That's her name, a red color peach. Okay, I don't know what kind of peach that is, but she sure is fruitful, and she likes to have twins. So under there, you can't hardly see her. I have to go through the back side. I also have more winter squash. I'm just trying everything to experiment on what is the best way of planting peach. And you see this structure I got. My corn is coming up, and that's the Black Beauty eggplant. See that corn right there is coming up, and I have the sweet corn planted and everything. So you see down there I have corn. Since I put this share thing up, the birds have been pretty afraid to come and mess with it too much. So I'm pretty happy. You know, my corn is in because they're hungry too. So I understand. But Jesus, I get really upset because they'll eat the whole beds. I have so many open areas that I still need to replant again because the birds just descended and ate half the corn bed. So this side survived a little bit better. I have so many projects to do, so let's just go under here. You can see the corn pretty well. Let me expand it a bit. Okay, yeah, you could pretty much see the corn pretty well. They're coming up. I'm pretty happy with it. I mean, they're gonna survive. I have to give them some nutrition in a couple of days when I get back from California, but guess what? I have some squash, some summer Black Beauty zucchinis. They like where they are. They look pretty healthy. Even with the hottest day today, it just looked a little dry. But look at that. The soil is, look at that. The soil is rich. It's moist. About an inch in. No, less than an inch. Not even, maybe half an inch, but it's still pretty moist. I don't have to water. I'll water when I come back from California. Yeah, so this bed is doing well, and I'm glad I'm really super glad I got the idea to put on the bird, that zucchini cocozelle. I'm glad I got the wherewithal to actually put in this mesh that kind of scares the birds. And that's I believe it's a peach tree or some type of fruit tree. Okay, that's about it. I think this is my other peach tree. So I'm actually gonna use these little containers right here to propagate more avocado plants. Now, this is my little citrus grove right here. So naturally, I don't got names for none of them. I need that app on my phone. I don't know why I have like a mental block, but I just put them down last week and I'm going to pan out so you can see. Oh, let me pan out. Yeah, pan out. Yeah, so you can actually see it. So each one of these, I'm still going to add a little more soil, and the rest is going to be their watering system. I don't have, so every other day, at least twice a week, I'm watering them by hand. There's a watering system I want to add, but that's another project. So the plants are doing good. They're kind of yellowing because they need to be fertilized. I need to give them some nutrition. Ah, I found you. Okay, so even though it looks kind of dry, it's not. So this is Arizona, so let's protect that. And this plant right here is very lustrous. Anyway, it looks healthy. Oh my, I found this last time. I guess they're still hanging out. It is a peach. That is her first fruit. And guess what? She's like the other peach plant I have over there. Twins. And of course, I'm not cutting them off because those are the only ones I've seen. Those are her first baby plants. So I'm not going to cut them off. I'm just going to see what they do this year. And I'm sure next year they're going to give me some stuff. So I have a lot to do. Let me just go and go back to where I was talking about. I have so many projects. I'm thinking back here on the back side of this wall, I'm going to put a few of these and just grow like my passion fruits because I have a watering system right there where that white thing is. I can plant my passion fruits there and just let them take the wall and put some structure up for them to hold on to. But yeah, the passion fruits are actually, I just got distracted. Lord have mercy. Let me focus. So I have the black cow manure right there that I add to most of my things. I also have compost from the Arizona worm farm. And look at this. Look at that. That's a beauty. So my watering system, doing it by hand. Look at this. I cannot wait. This is almost taller than my house. And I think this is the brown fig. I don't know the names. There's a name somewhere on this fig because I remember putting it. And I will have to put names on my figs. Oh, look. Look. I just saw that. And guess what? When it gets there, okay, when it gets ready, I will be putting this mesh all over this tree. And I'll be putting on the same mesh. See all that? I'll be putting it all over this tree because the birds will just eat everything. So there's my peach. Now, let's just mosey on over here a little bit. Just an impromptu. Did not want to do a tour, but ended up doing a tour anyway. So now I have some Swiss chard. Oh, look. I planted some cantaloupes over here, some Haley's Best cantaloupes. And I have some Swiss chard. This is just my regular Swiss chard, the Falkhood Giant. And I have some mixed color Swiss chard. Guess what? I planted this about 2 months ago. They're out. They're happy. I have multicolor Swiss chards hiding under there. It just got so hot. I was thinking of putting up some. I have my protectant cloths ready to go. So we're not doing that, but just take a quick pan because I don't want to walk over there. And of course, Big Mama is still here. And I haven't finished building her home yet, but she has the regular structure. At least I know she's not gonna fall down again. And I have a lot of fertilizer, a lot of compost under there. So she is giving me some babies already. Let me see if I can show you all one. Hold on. Look, look, look. Okay, that is going to grow up to be a bunches and bunches and bunches of grapes, and bunches and bunches and bunches of grapes. Not playing around this year. I'm still looking at those classes on YouTube on how to make your own wine, because I'm building up my skill set. So I'm just gonna pan around, and I have that right there. But the birds don't give a crap about what I got up. So I have all kinds of projects that I'm still doing. What? Oh, I'm so unhappy. I wish I hadn't seen this. Look at that. My potatoes got a little crispy-fied. Let me see if you have enough water. Yeah, they do. There's enough water under all that compost. I have compost. And as they are growing, see this little one? When it grows up a little more, I'm going to add more soil. So I still have about 6 inches left before they're fully matured. But they're coming up. The potatoes are growing really well. And my leeks are over there. I don't know what leeks need. And I have some kohlrabi over there or something. More citrus. And I don't know what that beautiful plant is, but it's some fruit plant. And so let's sneak over here and let me show you my radish. My radish is radishing and looking good. So I have a few popping up. I'm just protecting them right now. I added some dinosaur kale over here. I need to have a more elevated. Those are persimmon plants. Okay. And next week I'll be putting this sweet potatoes in their pots. Those are going to be the other pots on the other side. And these are my little grapes that I have. Oh, wait. I have them. I'm protecting the, let me get a little bit of soil because their roots are getting exposed over here. I don't want the heat to catch them. So this is how I protect the fruit plants that I get. Okay, I order them and I cannot put them yet in their pots, right? So I just throw them on my bed or whatever is convenient, and then I cover their roots. And they still get the water. She's fine. She's growing a little bit, but I can't let her get too big before uprooting her. And then when I have the pots ready and everything, then I'll put her down. Watering system. And this one looks like it's waking up. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. Okay, I'm propagating this right here. It's my grapevine from that sweet grapevine right there. Okay, so this grapevine right here had a long one that was going down. It had a long vine that actually went down and started rooting. So I cut her up when she started waking up or vining out or coming out of hibernation. And I basically just laid her down in this bed and she's beginning to root. So I'm going to end up having about about 6 grapevines, okay? From this one very super long vine right there. It's a long vine because this bed is about 15 by 6 across, and I have it planted pretty well. So this vine is going to give me 1, 2, about 6 new grapevines, which I'm going to end up putting right there. That's the plan. I'm going to basically, I'm not going to put them in the ground. I'm going to put them in pots, and they're going to just line up this wall. And of course, I'm going to put up some kettle panels so that they can grow up the kettle panel. And then when these are done, when the vegetables in these ones are done, I will see about spreading out these rows because it already has the watering system set up. But I'm going to get new 30-gallon pots to 40 to 50-gallon pots, about 4 to 6 of them, and just line them right there. So I'll have a wall of green coming up. Now, see, there is another citrus plant. Do you have a name, darling? Yes, this one actually is a blood Hold on. Let's see. This is a blood orange. Focus, focus, focus. Come on. Yeah, that is a blood orange US 802. And it actually has like an identification number and everything. So she's trying to yellow out. It's probably because it's so hot. I did add some nutrition in here, but I don't have an official watering system yet, which I will be adding. My watering system is down there. But this is just, it's a 31-minute video. I just wanted to show you guys what I'm doing. And I already got this parts from Amazon. Let me pan back. I got this part from Amazon and I built all the structures, and I will be protecting my food because I want to actually eat it. Now, the second thing is I ate a few heads of broccoli, but I'm letting seed out because I actually want to collect the seeds. And I have a few heads of cauliflower right here that I'm letting seed out because I do want the seeds. That is going to be, I'm going to just let it fall into the bed. Okay, that is cool. I'm checking the soil. It's still moist in there, even though it looks dry outside. It's still pretty moist in there because I watered this morning before it was too hot, and I got really silly and thought I could work outside real well. But yeah, okay. So this, every time I see an exposed root, I just cover it. Okay, every time I see an exposed root, because you don't want to see the roots of your fruit trees, okay? Because that's a good way for them to get like overheated or over, the temperatures are crazy in Arizona. So every time I see the soil settling around my plants, I just go ahead. All right, that's doing good. So now I have this bed that I cleared out a couple of days ago, so it's full of peanuts. Look at this. This is like the immortal pepper plant that seeded itself. I didn't plant it, I didn't grow it, it's just there. So there was a lot of weeds in this bed, so I have some cardboard just in there and some potting soil. And I'm going to be adding some organic material. The birds are flying over my head. They don't like me in their garden, okay? So they're kind of flying over my head trying to convince me to leave. I'll be adding some organic material in the form of compost. And this whole area is full of worms. I cannot wait for us to have the monsoon storms so we can go ahead and get worms activated. It's still a little cool for them, but I think they're coming up. Since I've been digging, I haven't seen a single worm, but I'm going to keep an eye out for them. The hummingbirds are out. I'm so happy to seeing them. Let me see if you can see this beauty. Let me see. Can you see her? No, you can't. Oh, she just flew off. But anyway, so let me go back to what I was saying. The garden is coming along. I'm pretty happy where everything is. I mostly have a lot of the potting soil and I have the manure. A lot of my winter crops are just struggling in the heat. I'm just going to let them sit there. I'm going to chop them up, cover them up with some compost and put other things on top of them if they're not wanting to grow. My leeks over here, and I actually have that celery over here trying to grow, y'all. I don't think it's gonna make it, but yeah, this garden is coming along. It's got a long way to go, but you know what, the bones are good. Okay, the bones are good. So my ants, yes ma'am, already got ants. They woke up before everybody. I got me some ants in the pants. All right, I got some ants just going up and down, minding their business. Let me leave them alone before they get angry. So there's another avocado right here. that needs to go in the pot is looking a little limp from the heat, but very much alive. So every time I eat an avocado, I just want to stick it in. I just want to grow it. I'm so pretty happy. Anyway, um, let me go. I'm looking at my green onion over there. I think I need to have a whole different episode just for that green onion because that green onion is special. Excuse me, I almost cursed. Okay, I have this friend that's like, "Why you always cursing?" I don't know, cause it's juicy. But anyway, so let me just leave you with this beauty in mind. Look at that. That is just the side of the garden. I'm working hard, growing some food. The fruit trees, I said, the fruit trees are looking good. The fruit trees are good. The vegetables, coming up. They're coming up. They are coming up. So take care of yourselves out there and be safe. Love you, love you, love you. Until we talk again. See you next time. Thank you for hanging out with me. Bye now.